Hi guys, I'm Sonia with SPG Extensions. I am going to be sharing some tips on how to properly care for your hair extensions today. So one of the main questions I get asked right away is how often do you need to shampoo? I always go in with, if you are an everyday shampoo person, definitely try to stretch it to every other day, graduating to every second and third day. It's huge and it will be time saving. So the first thing you want to do is you go home with a goodie bag with some products, some instructions along with this video, but the key is your wet brush. The reason why this wet brush is super extremely handy is the bristles are very forgiving. They're flimsy to where they're not going to pull on the wefts of your hair. So you definitely don't want to start at the bottom, or you can start at the bottom, but you definitely want to go in towards the scalp, and you can brush right directly over the row of extensions. So I'm going to show you really quickly. This is what the row looks like here. And you can always, if you ever feel any natting, you will hold it and then you will brush right over it. But you can start at the scalp going over. This is just if you get any tangles, you will go in and brush right at the weft. With the wet brush, it is not going to yank it or pull it out. Another thing is you always want to make sure you use sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner for the reason that it will break down the hair if you use any other product. You guys, a little cheat day if you don't have enough time to fully wash your hair. This is super useful, especially for people with fine hair. What you are going to do is just take the top half of your hair, whether you have one row or two rows, you're going to just clip it really quickly up and out of the way, because this is the section that you're going to be shampooing in the shower or over the sink really quick. You could either do a hair tie, or you can just go ahead and wrap your hair around and clip it. I'm going to grab two clips because I don't have a hair tie. And you will clip this. So this is the part that's not going to be washed. Then you are going to let down, so what it is all of this hair here, you're going to avoid shampooing. So it's gonna be like a cheat day really quick. You're going to, in the shower, throw this over, shampoo it, condition it, and then you can grab your clip, towel dry it, whatever, and then go on with your shower. Then when you get out of the shower, you can let this bottom piece down, and it's going to be dry because you didn't wet it or shampoo it. And then all you're going to have for a quick blowout is this top piece here. You will freshly shampoo it, curl it, flatten it, and it's a super easy quick tip to kind of get you over for an extra day. Okay guys, I am going to go over some of your must-have products if you are wearing hand-tied extensions. So one of the two products along with your sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner is going to be leave-in conditioner and your hair oil. What we have to remember, guys, is even though it is human hair, it's sitting on our scalp because it is not growing from our scalp. The oils from your head are not transferring down, so this extension hair can get a little dry. My two favorite are a couple of different ones. There is a leave-in conditioner. This one's a pump. I spray one pump of the leave-in conditioner and one pump of the serum. And I usually cocktail them together, rub, emulsify, and then I go from the bottom and then I work my way up. If you are fine, you definitely just bring this forward and do just the ends of your hair. Don't avoid your hair. You definitely want heat protectant. All of the professional brands have heat protectant in them. If you're not comfortable with the leave-in conditioner pump and you just love a pump or a spray, you can always go ahead and pump this through. Another key thing is if you are, summer's around the corner, if you are getting in chlorinated water, salt water, any kind of water, you always want to go in with wet hair. So jump in the shower, shampoo your hair. If you don't have leave-in conditioner with you handy, grab some conditioner and just leave it in your hair. The extension hair and your hair is like a sponge. You would rather have it full of conditioner than it absorbing any chlorine or salt water. Another thing that I love is if you are extensions, you guys know you guys go through a couple of days of not shampooing. A good dry shampoo works wonders. You can always put it the day you shampoo. It is going to elongate your oils from any buildup, and it's just gonna feel fresher for longer. My favorite is the Unite one because you can go ahead and layer it on day 3 or 4. And those are the products that I definitely recommend. Again, it's your leave-in conditioner, your oil, and your favorite dry shampoo. Not all of them are created equal. So So if you need help with recommendations, go ahead and shoot me over a message and I will guide you for dry shampoo. Before I forget, if you are a blonde extension wearer, one of the key things is sunscreen. You cannot get any sunscreen onto the extension hair. Now I know this sounds silly because nobody sprays sunscreen on your hair extensions, but keep in mind when you are spraying or applying sunscreen onto your shoulders and your hair, and I know a lot of people will braid it, your braids or your ponytail will slide against your back, which means that it will transfer onto your blonde extensions. Now, why you don't want to do this, guys, is it will turn it either peach or pink. I've seen it happen a bunch of times and it is impossible to get out. So if your hair does get stained with sunscreen, you will have to purchase new hair. There is a list of sunscreens that I have had other people use. Go ahead and shoot me a DM and I can share those with you guys. I don't have them on hand, but they are safe to where they will not transfer onto your extension hair. When it comes to blow drying, one thing to keep in mind is go ahead, towel dry, sponge off as much moisture as you can. I always like to grab a second towel, absorb as much oil as you can off. Then you go ahead and I like to section my hair just like when I'm going into the shower. I section the top half of my hair. I'll show you really quick with a clip. I do this even before I even comb it out. I section this, I'll grab this and I'll put my leave-in conditioner, and then I'll grab my brush and then I'll comb it out. I always like to start at the top where the wefts are, brush it out, and then you go in and you blow dry. Now guys, 90 to 95% dry before you even attempt to go in to smooth it out with a brush. It just helps from pulling on it. It helps from them getting looser and things like that. One thing to keep in mind, a lot of people will go in and not go in at the top of the wefts. If you feel any tangling, the wet brush bristles are very flimsy. So sometimes if you have a little bit of matting at the root, these bristles will not untangle. So go ahead and grab a comb. Again, they sell these anywhere at Walmart, Walgreens. It's a comb, so the bristles are very hard. The plastic will definitely get any tangling out of the way. So what you want to do is you want to grab the wefts where they are, and usually the matting will happen within the first 3 inches of the weft. So you'll hold this here and then you'll pull this and go right in here and then untangle it there. This is extremely important because if you have tangles in here, they will snowball and get into a worse or a bigger tangle, and that will just be a mess. Another key thing is why I find this handy is clipping it up is, again, we stack these hair wefts. You want to go in and blow dry them with a nose or a nozzle and make sure you get the wefts, the first 3 inches of it, completely dry. If you don't, they stay wet and the top of the wefts here will start to either mat or they will start to unravel, which then leads to you having to buy new hair sooner. And we want to protect your hair, so make sure even in the summer, if you don't want to, you want to let it air dry and you don't want to fully blow dry, always go in at the first 3 inches and blow dry the wefts from side all the way over to this side here and just hit it with the blow dryer. Make sure that those wefts are 100% dry and then let the rest of this hair air dry and you'll be good to go. Okay, now we are going to jump in how to sleep with the hair extensions. There's 2 ways that are really easy. One, you can go in and do, if you're knowledgeable on braiding, you could either do 1 braid, very loose, start in the middle, and then of course just do it down. You can always do 2 braids, meaning just section your hair right in the middle and then do 2 braids this way. That way they're out of the way and you're not sleeping on that 1 braid. Of course, if you do 1 braid, you can always braid it to the side. I, however, like to put my hair up in a loose bun with a hair tie, which I don't have, but we're going to pretend that I have a hair tie. And I will go in. Scrunchies are super helpful because they are not going to leave a crease, or they're those ones, hair ties that look like little phone wires. So let's just pretend I have a hair tie. I like to twist it and then I will go in and wrap my hair, and I always have these duckbills handy and I will sleep with my hair like this. It's super easy. It's a bun. I love sleeping with it this way because your hair extension is flipped all the way up, and when I toss and turn, I'm like a side sleeper and I go all over the place, it just makes it to where I don't get any natty at all. And then in the morning, after a shower, I just release this. And because you're putting it up with a scrunchie, you're not gonna get a crease. And I love it because I hardly ever have to go in and redo anything. If I do anything, I just do a quick little blow dry to smooth anything out. Super easy. So that is the way. Don't sleep with your hair down, because you're just gonna make more of a headache and a mess, and it's just easier to like release it and smooth it out and go. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions or need any more keys, just reach out and I will get back to you.